This is day 4 of your fluency series. After mastering the past, did, was, were, and the present is are. It's time to tackle the word that show possession and experience. That is has, have, and had. Many students think these are grammar kings, but I'm going to show you they are actually just the luggage carriers of English. Hey guys, welcome to day 4. Do you say I am have a car or I had go yesterday? If yes, you are hurting your English. Today we are moving away from being and doing to a new world, the world of ownership. I'm going to teach you a trick called the luggage rule that will make has, have, and had so easy. And you will be able to use them in your sleep. So let's get started. To understand these words, we need to stop thinking about actions for a moment. We need to think about what you carry with you. So here, the two words of has, have, and had. In English, these three words have two main jobs. Word number 1, possession, that is called ownership. This is when you own something, a phone, a sister, an idea, or even a headache. It is something you have in your hand or your life. Word number 2 is called experience, the done word. This is when an action is 100% finished. You are not doing it now. You are carrying the result of that action. So before we look at actions, so let's master the kings of ownership. Who gets the has and who gets the have? The ownership kings, has versus have. When you want to show that something belongs to you, whether it's a physical object like a phone, or a person like a brother, or even a feeling like a headache, you need an ownership king. In the present, we have two kings, has and have. The S secret for single people, guys. Most students get confused, but here is my smart shortcut. Look at the word has. What is the last letter? It's S, right? And I want you to remember S stands for single. So whenever you are talking about a single person like he, she, Rahul, my friend, use the king with S, like has. She has a blue car. He has a brilliant idea. Rahul has a new job. Right? Now, for everyone else, the big groups like we and we and they, we and they, and the special VIPs, I and you, we use have. I have a dream. They have a big house. We have a meeting. So what do you own, guys? Now, ownership isn't just about money and cars. In English, we use these kings for three main things. Look at these examples, guys, on my screen. First one is family and relation. You don't buy your brothers, but you own the relationships, right? So you can say, I have two brothers. I have two brothers. If I talk about health and feelings, so if you have a cold or a headache, you are carrying that illness right now. So you can say he has a cold, right? But here you need to remember he is singular, right? He is single. So use the S king. If I talk about physical objects, this is the simple one. They have a big house. The pocket logic to make it stick, guys. Think of it like this. Imagine everyone has a pocket, right? If I look into my pocket, I say I have a pen. If I look into her pocket, I say she has a pen, right? So never say I am have. Remember what we learned on day 3. Am is a being, your identity. If you say I am have a phone, You are saying I'm a phone. And I know you are smart, but you are not a smartphone, right? So keep the being word am, is, and are, and the ownership word that has and have completely separate. Okay? You cannot use all together. Now, here, one king for the single people, one king for the rest. It's all about what's in your pocket. But what if you own something yesterday and you don't own today? Let's meet the time travel guys. Now, I can explain this to you all day. But the only way to truly own this logic is to speak it out loud. And that is where most students get stuck. They have no one to talk. That's why I want to talk about Sparky AI. Yes, Sparky AI is an English speaking app that acts as your 24 into 7 practice partner. Instead of just writing sentences in the notebook, you can actually talk to Sparky. If you say, I have a car, Sparky will gently correct you and say, actually, it's I have a car. It's the perfect place to practice, and this ownership logic we just learned. And you can practice talking about your family, your goals, or your belongings until it becomes natural. So I highly recommend using it alongside these lessons to build your confidence. Now, once you have mastered owning things, it's time to move to the word to. But before that, you have to go in my description and you will get the link of this, right? Go and download it. So now we are going to talk about actions. The time traveler, that is had, right? So let's meet the easiest king in the English language, that is had. This is king, and I call him the fair king because he is not picky. He doesn't care if you are talking about yourself, your friend, or a whole group. Everyone gets had. I had, she had, they had, and we had, right? So think of had as a closed box. Yes, think of had as a closed box. Once you put something inside this box, it belongs to the past. It means the ownership is over. For instance, I had an old Nokia phone. So if I tell you this, you immediately know that I don't use that phone anymore. The Nokia is inside the closed box of the past, right? Now, example number 2, we had a meeting at 10 a.m. It's 2 a.m. now. The meeting is over. We don't own that time anymore, right? So here I'm gonna share you a tip. You use had when you want to tell a story. It's a perfect tool for talking about your old house, your old job, or even the breakfast you finished 2 hours ago. Right? The done word, the action showdown. So here I'm gonna show you something which is really, really important, guys. Okay, so listen it closely because this is where 99% of students get confused. Sometimes we don't use has, have, or had for objects. We use them for actions. So when this happens, you are entering the done word, right? The luggage rule. So the luggage rule, imagine that every time you finished a task, you put it into a suitcase and carry it with you. You are not doing the work anymore, but you are carrying the result. And in the done word, the action word must change its clothes. It's moved to the third form. That is V3, like eaten, gone, done, or finished. Right? So, the simple past. I ate pizza yesterday. Right? Okay? Like that, you can do it. Now here is a quick quiz, guys. Let's see if you can pick the right king. So the question number 1 is the new phone. Okay? She dash dash a new phone. This is a present ownership. And the options are A, have, and B, has. Now you have 3 second time to decide. 3, 2, 1. And the answer is B. She is a single person. So she takes the S king. Has. Now here is a question number 2. The finished work. I dash dash my lunch already. So here is the options. A. Have eat and B. Have eaten. Now you have 3 second time, guys. 3, 2, 1. And the answer is B. So whenever you use have with an action, it must be the finished form V3. Now here, the biggest crime, saying I am have. Am is for being, have is for owning, and you cannot be and own, right? I am have a car, you are saying you are a car. So this is wrong. You can say I have a car, you own the car, right? So guys, you have mastered the 3 kings of possessions. Now let's see if you can handle the final challenge. You are just telling me a date or a fact. It's a dead memory. The done word, day 4, I have eaten pizza, right? You are telling me my stomach is full right now. You are carrying the result of that pizza today. Why do we use had with actions? We use had with actions when we want to show a sequence. The movie had started when I arrived. So here 2 things happened. But the movie started first and it was already in the closed box before I even got to the theater, right? So here is an action formula, guys. If you see has, have or had followed by an action, ask yourself, is it finished? If I say I have finished my work, it's wrong. If the work is finished, the word must look finished, right? Say I have finished my work. This is correct. Think of has and have as a magnifying glass. It looks at the past but shows how it affects you right now. If you have finished your work, it means you are free now. Guys, you have just mastered the most complex part of English logic. You know how to own things, how to box up the past, and how to carry your results. Now let's see if you can catch the thief in our final quiz, right? Today, you learned how to own your English. You know that has it. You know that has is for he, she, and have is for I, you, we, and they. And had is for past, right? So now I am giving you a word that is called laptop. Write a sentence in the comments about a laptop you owned in the past. Should you use have, has, or had? I'll be checking your ownership skills in the comments. If day 4 helped you guys, hit that like button. And day 5 is going to be the biggest one yet. So, day 4 is going to be the biggest one yet. We are going to talk about the future, right? Now here, I'm not going to disclose everything. For that, you need to subscribe my channel because you will get everything there, right? So if you want to watch my day 5 video, to subscribe my channel, right? So, this is Shalima signing off. Take care and speak English with confidence. All the best.